And I was like, yes, hi. I was so excited.
Oh, he said, hi, give me the holiday.
Okay, hi.
A guy gets to a point and he asks you to marry him, he really wants to marry you.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really feels like, you know what, she's the one. She's the one.
You already getting the goods. You got to pay for it. Bring me the ring and get on one knee.
Okay.
Or two.
You need time to observe someone and really get a sense of how well do they treat you, how well do they handle adversity.
You're not the one, because you don't have the grit, the perseverance. You ain't really want me because you ready to give up. No, you shouldn't have asked. But since I said no, now it's your job to stay in the game and try to fight for it.
Boy on 5 Heartbeats, so you make the announcement you're going solo at the awards ceremony.
This is a Defy Life podcast production. This is your boy Thomas.
And this is Chiquita.
And we're 1/3 of the One Eye Shut podcast show. I know you guys are expecting Gina, Al, Jay, and Lay. However, we're doing things a tad bit differently tonight.
Yes, so this is our way to get just a little up close and personal to each couple. We're going to do the same questions for each episode with just a different couple of the One Eye Shut. So, Thomas, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, now we can't let the glimpse outdo us. Now let's get close and personal. Let's get down. Let's help someone tonight for all our listeners. So just to let you guys know that we kind of do the podcast here because we want to better help relationships and even our relationship, because we all don't go to therapy like we're supposed to. So this is kind of like our therapy on the podcast. So as you all know, there's like a 50% of marriages that end up in divorce. And we don't want that. So let's get up close and personal tonight, Thomas. All right, so the first question.
Okay. Okay.
Where are you guys? So this is the question here. Where are we in our marriage? And this is for you to answer and for me to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So where are you now in your marriage?
Where?
You can give me a number, but I want something a little better than a number.
Where am I
in our marriage? Like, where are you? How you feeling? Is it
marriage?
good? Is it bad? Is it something we need to do?
Okay.
Like, where are we?
Okay. In my marriage, in our marriage, I think, like, okay, if I was going 1 to 10, I probably would say like a 7.5. Ooh, that's low.
Don't look at me.
But that's the only reason why.
You can dog me. I don't care.
No, I'm not gonna dog you. The only reason why I'm saying that because I guess at times it seems like because I'm a little different now. I guess that's throwing out a little. That's another question on down the road. But I have like a different way that I want my wife to love me now. So I guess I would say I'm at a 7, and it's like a 7.5 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't want to divulge like what I mean by I want my wife to love me in a different way, because I know that's another question, and I don't want to like repeat myself twice. So I'll wait to divulge that information when the question comes out.
So you said we are at like a 7.5?
No, me. I can't speak for you. I'm saying like out of a 10, out of 1 through 10, I'm at a, I feel like we're at a 7.5.
Yeah, we.
Okay,
That's just that's what you think where we are.
Right.
So that's why I said we.
Okay.
I really think that we are where we are in our marriage. I'm thinking that we are I'm gonna go a little lower than you. I think we're at a 6. And the reason why I said we at a 6 is because we're not communicating well.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
We get into the phase of not communicating, not being on the same page.
Okay.
I'm having issues like my self issues that could reflect of why we're not on the same page, but I need you to talk to me more of like where we need to be as far as with our marriage, because I think we're at a 6. I really think we need to start getting some kind of couples therapy, because it just don't feel good.
Okay.
It don't feel good. And I'm the type of person that really feel like I just don't like for people to be walking around not saying anything to each other, just not having a good vibe. I feel like that's stuff you need to work on right then and there. Not just coming up to me and saying, "Hey, baby, you all right?" Or you trying to get some at night. Like that don't cut it.
Wow.
That doesn't help. Yeah. So I think we need some help.
I mean, I could get with that because I actually feel myself not talking, so I can see that. Like I can, there's nothing. I can feel it, so I can sense that's there. So that's accurate.
I'm not in a good mood at all. In our marriage now, where we are, but we still love each other. We still here. We got kids we raising. We got a relationship that we need to help, but we here. All right, so the next question. This is a good one. I don't think we ever, because we did this before, where we did like 20, was it like 21 questions?
Whatever that game
and we kind of
is.
did like really deep questions to ask each other, questions that we never asked each other.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that was a good idea. But the next question, why did you decide to get married at the time?
Okay.
At the time means 2008, 2007,
right.
engagement. Like,
Okay.
why did you decide to get married at the time? I want you to be real now.
Okay. I mean, when
I'm a big girl. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
When do I ever be fake?
Oh, you're a little fakish.
Stop it.
I think so.
Stop
I
it.
say it all the time.
But that's ridiculous. So, the reason why I decided to get married is because I can remember, like, I can just remember this point in time where you made me feel like no one else, has before or have before. So, I was just looking at myself in the mirror and reflecting just, a thing or two that we have done and how you surprised me and done some things, and the way I felt. I felt like this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So I began to, save up, put a few bucks to the side to get the ring. I mean, I didn't discuss it with anyone. As you know, my father, he had, he was deceased. I didn't discuss it with anyone. I just felt like that's where my heart wanted to go, and I wanted to marry you. So that's where I am, and that's what happened with that.
Why at such a young age, though?
I didn't feel like I was young. I felt like, I was 29, 30-ish. But growing up, I always wanted to be married, even though I really didn't know what marriage was or what marriage is. I wanted to be married and be different than than what I saw from my mom and my dad. So I never really looked at marriage as an age appropriate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked at it as a bond with two people that I wanted to share and that I wanted to have.
Well, I would say, why did I get married at the time? Is because you proposed to me. No, let me see. So, that's kind of one. That's kind of one. Well, my thing is that I was young at the time. I was like, what, 25? When you proposed?
Yeah.
Like 25, going on 26, something like that.
Something like that.
Maybe like 25. So I really think that I was young at the time. We had a lot of fire going on. Like loving each other mentally, sexually. I didn't know anything about marriage. A lot of I had my grandparents, but I didn't really look at them as like a marriage, because they were so distant from each other. And I had aunties and my mom. All of them didn't have a boyfriend or husband, so I personally didn't know what marriage was just from seeing it on the TV.
Right.
Really. Because when you look at older people, you look at them as married, but not really like a role model for like marriage.
Right.
I never was the one that write down and be like, oh, I'm going to marry my prince and I want this and I want that. I just knew that I wanted a boyfriend, and you were the boyfriend, and you were my best friend at that time. And so when you proposed, I was like, what? Like, you really proposing right now? So I had mixed feelings, which you already know that. Not saying that I wasn't going to say yes, because you were my best friend. And I felt like, oh, yeah, we need to definitely get married. That'll be, beautiful. Like, I'm shocked. You want to marry me?
Yeah,
like, really?
That's exactly what you said.
You really want to marry me? Yeah. But then I started thinking, like, wait a minute. Did you want to marry me because I had Carter? I'm like, that's not right. So I always thought about that in the back of my head. So I really want to know, did you really wanted to marry me because I had your child and you felt like it would be best to go ahead and marry because of this bond that we had and we had the child?
No, I didn't even know when I decided to marry you. I didn't even know, well, to ask to marry you. I didn't even know, you were with child. I didn't even know. Let me see, because I end up proposing
I was pregnant.
Like doing Thanksgiving, like right before Thanksgiving, almost like that weekend. But like that's what I'm saying. I think you got your time frame mixed up because we didn't find out you were pregnant till January. Remember when you was having the back issues and you didn't know why your back was hurting? That was January. That's when we found out you were pregnant. I had already asked to marry you during Thanksgiving break.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because your friends were over and you know you guys was hanging out and chilling and if I'm not mistaken, your brother came home or something like that. So that was like doing Thanksgiving break, you know, because Rufus was home from California. So that was over the break, and we didn't find out you were pregnant until January.
We'll have to ask our village. I got my timing wrong.
Yeah, you got your timing wrong.
I have my timing wrong.
Okay.
Just the same way you came at me because of my butt, but you're saying no, it wasn't my butt.
That's ridiculous.
Like I just need you to be real right now. The people want to hear Thomas be real for a second.
That's ridiculous, man.
That's what the people want to hear.
Most of them,
not me.
The people. Please stop.
The people want to hear it.
It's ridiculous. No, dude, I didn't even see. I didn't even see your butt. You was walking towards me, unless like you have, unless you had like a mirror, you know, behind you, and I could see the. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But let me know if you're about to go into the next one. If it is, I do the commercial.
Yeah, we're about to go into the next one.
Okay, so this is okay, guys. So we're gonna do a brief, short little break. We'll be right back. Let's pay some bills.
We're told that greatness is exceptional, when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life Gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit DefyLifeGear.com to get fitted for greatness.
Man, get out here and get fitted for greatness. Get your Defy Life gear. It's out here.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're back. We need some music. I like to hear some Lauryn Hill, something. We need something in the background. We're not drinking on nothing or anything. But before we get back like deeply into another relationship question, I don't think we ever talked to the people like who you are, meaning in like who I am. Just you can tell us like things that you like, your career, where you from, just anything. Like, who is Thomas?
Who am I? Okay. Well, I'm a guy from a small town, Newberry, South Carolina. I went to Newberry High School. Had a lot of friends. During my high school years, I guess little popularity. I really enjoyed high school. Really enjoyed friends. Football, track, basketball. I did a little bit of everything. Media productions, drama. Like I said, I really had a good time in high school. School, I said that funny. But went on to Allen University, HBCU pride. Here we go. But then I guess decided to go and get into education. I've been in education for about 17, 18 years. Acquired my master's degree, a few other certifications, and I guess I pledged my time to developing youth. You know, whether it's my kids or other people's kids. I just I'm here for the kids. What else?
I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So, and I I guess I see myself as a family guy. I always see myself as a family guy, but I guess there's no but. But I guess I hear some of the things you say, and I guess I don't. I guess I don't sound. You make me. I don't sound like a family guy the way you interpret me, or the way you describe me, and I don't know. I think that's kind of unfair. Because I think I'm a family guy. I go out the way for my wife, for my kids, and you kind of depict me as like a borderline, almost like a borderline deadbeat, and I really I don't like it. What's funny? What's funny? I don't like it.
That's not true. I always say that you are a family guy of the way that you want the family guy to be.
Okay.
Not the way I see a family guy.
Okay.
Your family guy is totally different from my family guy.
Okay.
Your family guy, to me now, this is to me, no hard feelings.
Okay.
Your family guy is basically just being with your family.
Okay.
Not really doing much, not really being like the leader, trying to, come up with things, plan things, start things, bring your kids on your adventure, your life. Not that type of family guy.
Wow.
You're a family guy because you're here. You give life lessons, which is always good. But I see a family guy as more of an action guy. And that's just because of the way I grew up. I grew up around men that was movers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they move, they shake type men. You more of a pen, paper, sit down, just in your head type guy.
Okay.
That's a little different.
Okay.
So no hard feelings. All right. So and ladies, be truthful to your men, okay?
None taken.
Don't just sit there and just take whatever. Just be truthful. You are who you are. You want what you want. As you go into a marriage, you got to tell them what you want, unless you're gonna be sitting there miserable all the time. And sometimes you tell them what you want, and it still don't happen. But at least you've told them what you want. Well, back to who I am. Really, I'm a mother of 3. No. I'm from a small town too, from Sumter, South Carolina. Actually, if you look up Sumter, it'll have very terrible news. But it wasn't like that when we were, I was growing up in Sumter. Everybody was very close knit. Everyone knows everyone. Children party with adults, and adults always party. Sumter was more like a party town. So I'm used to, having a good time, enjoying myself, enjoying life. Then I moved here into Columbia, South Carolina. I went to 3 different colleges. I went to Tech, and I became a dental assistant. Then I also did part-time USC. That's South Carolina. And then I also finished and got my bachelor's in psychology, and then finished up at Webster again and got my master's in HR. Don't be a statistic like a lot of us ladies and guys. Yes, I have my HR degree. I am not doing anything with that degree. I tried multiple times to find something here in South Carolina, but South Carolina is the place where my husband wants to stay.
Stop.
And we're here. So I have no job in HR.
Stop. I've been jumped off the South Carolina bandwagon. Stop.
I have no job in HR. But hey, that didn't stop me. I only had dental assistant kind of like experience. So I decided to go into insurance. After insurance not making anything, I needed something to help me with my resume.
Yo, that insurance thing was wild. Go ahead,
It was terrible. I was making $12 an hour. Thomas cursed me out every day because it didn't pay any bills. But I needed something on my resume, so I did it anyways. For how many years? Maybe like 2 years.
Oh, that was insurance? I didn't know that was insurance.
That was insurance. That was with veteran.
I thought you was talking about the Primerica thing.
No, I'm talking about Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Oh,
That's
okay.
insurance.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, it is insurance. I'm tripping. You're right.
So now I kind of change it up, and I do pharmaceutical sales. It's not your big top dollar pharmaceutical sales, but hey, it's a start. I love to try new things. I love to cook. I always wanted to start my own trucking food business. That kind of laid low right now. And now, hopefully, eventually, my kids can see me start some type of business that I'm kind of like starting with my sister now in some type of transportation. But I'm still writing my book, but I'm still here. So that's me, y'all. That's Chiquita. All right. Dope. So now that we know each other, now our everyone knows us now, because I don't think we ever did that before. I don't think people know us, right?
No, not.
I don't remember.
Not really.
Like talking about that, but yeah. So so the next relationship question. This is gonna be short and sweet. We're not gonna be here long, y'all. Now, not to say the glimpse might be a little longer. No shade.
They got their win up.
But it's gonna be a good show.
They're my people. So.
Yes,
yeah.
We love our glimpse.
Yeah.
All right, so next question. Now this is deep. Thomas said he doesn't really understand the question, but I'm gonna repeat it.
Okay.
So you guys can understand, and so he can understand again.
Okay.
So how has your emotional maturity played a huge factor on how you love your mate? Let's repeat.
Okay.
How has your emotional maturity played a huge factor on how you love your mate? Do you want me to go first?
Nah, I'll go. I think I have it.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's not like a script. It's not like a long answer. It's just, I guess my emotional maturity has equipped me to, or not really equipped me, but now I guess it's kind of harsh if I say care. Now I care about. I'm not saying I didn't then, but
don't trip over your words. Be truthful.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm aware of the way you feel and the way you want to feel. I just don't be like, I'm not like the hell with it. Or as long as I'm good. I'm not like that. I don't want your feelings to be hurt, or I want you to be happy and do X, Y, Z, or, I'm willing to sacrifice, watching the Clemson game and go out and hang out and do whatever you want to do. I mean, because initially I wouldn't sacrifice that. I see your face all bent up. But so I've grown to say, oh, okay, well, let's do this. I don't have to do that. So I guess it kind of turned a lot of the selfish things. So I guess I matured in that aspect. What? Go ahead.
You've matured. You're mature. A lot. I'm not gonna say a lot. I don't like the word a lot because there's always room to grow. You've matured some.
Why you just can't say, look, you matured? Why you got to put some kind
I
of...
don't want to put some or a lot because then that brings like a negative
like
tone.
you doing air quotes when you say it, like you matured.
But do you feel like you still need room to...
Of course,
mature?
Yeah. Hands down.
What area do you think you need to mature in?
I still have my selfish tendencies. You know, I still kind of like want what I want, and I guess, but I feel like I compromise a lot, but I also know that I could compromise more. So that's where I stand with that. Like I feel like I compromise a lot. However, I can compromise a lot more. You know, because I'm still getting to the point where, and I know it, and some days are better than others, sometimes are better than others, but it doesn't always have to be me. You know, so I see that and I recognize that. So yeah, I have, you know, I have plenty more to go.
With my maturity, I have matured a lot when it comes to compassion. I started out being kind of like hard nosed. Like if you don't show me, then I'm not showing you. So Thomas and I fought a lot with that because he wasn't showing me. And so I was like, well, let me show him, and eventually I'll get what I'm looking for as far as like in our relationship. Sometimes that doesn't work out. I still have to grow. And I also mature a lot because things that I'm uncomfortable with, I feel comfortable, you know, doing it with you no matter what.
Okay. Okay.
Because things that I was like, a lot of people don't think that or whatever, because people have said that before, but I was a very shy person.
Okay.
Very shy. I know Carter gets that from me because I was that way.
Okay.
I've came out of my shell, and I feel like I've matured a lot.
Okay.
When it comes to just being loving, caring, vulnerable,
Okay.
and definitely compassion. Now, I do need to mature more into, when I say emotional maturity, I need to look into more of the Father, like God, because I really want to step into loving Him first. And that way it'll help me here on earth.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got a lot of things so what do you think I need to, how's my emotional maturity? But I'm still kind of, I wouldn't say selfish though, but if you don't do anything and I see you not putting effort, I'm not going to put any effort. But I have matured, and sometimes I'll be like, you know what, let me just do what I do, and eventually he'll see what I'm doing in order for him to start doing for me.
Don't stumble over your words.
Well, I already have complete life. I done did that.
You said don't stumble over your words.
I'm only stumbling because I might curse. I'm trying to keep it clean. And
backtrack. Don't do that.
Okay.
Okay. So I do too think you have, you know, matured a lot. You know. Let me see. I mean, you've matured a lot. You used to be, I, yeah, you're. I mean, no, you weren't that compassionate. You know, you weren't that compassionate, and you weren't like. Not saying you wasn't a loving person, because you were extremely loving and caring. Because that's one thing about you that's, you know, remarkable is you know, your heart and how you extend and want to help and do things for everyone. With that being said, I don't think that you were like, you just encompass things, you know, differently. You know, because I can remember the first time I was like, this girl is crazy. Um, and it's a small story. So it was right after my pop passed.
Oh God, here we go.
It was right after my pop passed, man, and I'm in like purgatory. I'm in the abyss. You know, my mind, and I'm completely out of it. You know, and I don't know if I'm coming or going, and I don't know what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing, and I didn't even have any thoughts. Like, I was completely out of it. And you just came up to me, you know, and I guess you were just doing what what you were accustomed to. And you put your arms around me and you was like, yeah, Thomas, you know, you got to get out of it. You got to get yourself together. You know, people die all the time. And I was like, what? You know, I was like, we talking about my pop. Like, he just died. You know, you hit me with the paid in full camera in line. You know, people die every day, B. You know, I was like, wow, this is bananas. So, but you know, that's just how things. I just figured that's how things were extended to you, and that's how you were, I guess, raised, or that's just how you encompass things.
Well, at the time, I've already had lost someone real close to me, and that was like a mom, and it was my aunt. And so, yes, we closed it in. Like, no one showed us how to, really grieve. And so, with you in the house that I'm in, because we're living together, and you were playing it every night, like, I understood why, but you was putting yourself deeper and deeper in depression. So I'm like, I had to come to you. I'm like, Thomas, what are you doing? Like, kind of like get yourself up. I was kind of like trying to motivate you and not put you down. I don't see why you didn't see it that way. Because I just don't feel like people should put themselves in a slump every night.
But I wasn't doing it because, like, I wasn't putting myself in depression. Like, I was soothing my scars. I wasn't, like, slobbering out of the mouth and like, I was soothing myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't just dwelling in sorrow. I was soothing myself. I was putting Neosporin and Band-Aids on my cuts and scars.
That's why there's a communication barrier. You got to talk. If you talk, then we both know what we both were trying to do at that time. I wasn't there trying to hurt you or just shunning of what your feelings were. I was trying to uplift you and be like, you got to get out of this slump. Like, you got to go out and see the world or whatever else, and you got to work, basically. Bills got to get paid.
Yeah, but well, I didn't. I was, I was working, but that was the furthest thing from my mind.
Bills
like,
got to get paid.
Like, I had, I had lost my guy.
Okay.
That was the first thing off.
Well, that's communication. So, All right, so we're about to wrap it up. So
Okay.
before we about to wrap it up, though, I want all the couples to ask their wife or husband just one question that you want to ask them. It could be anything. It can be, why do you love me? Why you always have your hair that way? Anything that you want to ask them that maybe did to your heart that you want to ask. And while we're at this state of just talking to each other, hopefully you can finally get that question answered.
Okay.
So what's your question?
I'm gonna take it way back. I'm gonna take it back to 2006. I'm gonna take it back to 2006 because I always laugh and joke about it, but I really, really want to know because I'm just enamored by it. I'm just like I am. Like I want to know. So you and I, we're talking, and we're getting to know each other, and you say to me, "Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're this, you're that, but you're really not the type that I used to date." So I'm like, so what, like, why would you say that? Like, was that supposed to be like, well, you need to be lucky and count your lucky stars? Because, like, how do you, like, why was that said? Do you remember? Do you recall that?
When did I say that in that conversation?
Like, me and you
Sometimes
talking.
I say stuff like that if you've said something to me.
Gosh, no, I never did. But, so we're talking, and like I said, we're just getting to know each other.
And that's how I punch back.
And you're like, well, you was never, people like you hit me almost with that. You were like, you weren't my type. I had the tall guys with the curly hair, and that's how you made it sound. You made me sound like I was chopped liver.
I can't really answer that question because I feel like, no, I remember saying it.
Okay.
I just don't remember what conversation we were in for me to say that. Because I feel like if I said that, then you've said something to me that hurt me.
Oh, no.
So I'm only in here to win the battle. So and then if you've said something to me, I'm cutthroat.
It wasn't a jab.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you.
It wasn't a
That's
jab.
That's just all to it.
It wasn't a jab. This is something that this is something.
I feel like if I said that, you said something to me.
Because
we had to be in a conversation.
Let me tell you about me. And when I speak to people, I think about what I say before I say it. Before it breached my lips, I say it in my head. So I'm cognizant of your feelings. So I know that, hey, if I say this, it might hurt your feelings. So I'm not gonna say it. That's just the type of person I am. Like I think before I say. Always. The time I probably won't do that is probably like back in the day when I was like drunk, been drinking.
But see, you think before you say because you're not being truthful.
I'm not true.
I'm a truthful person. So if you, I'm not gonna think ridiculous. Too much on it because whatever I say, I'm gonna tell the truth.
That's ridiculous.
I wouldn't dare.
That's ridiculous.
Not tell you the truth.
That's ridiculous.
And just think of something just because I know you're a sensitive person.
That's ridiculous. No, it's not. It's not me thinking of something. That's me thinking of another way to say it. I'm not gonna say it in that manner, or I'm not gonna. If I don't have anything nice to say, I probably won't even say it. So I'm not gonna twist things up and tell lies and XYZ. However, I'm going to present it differently.
Well, just because I maybe not say it, I'll say it nicely, but I'm going to say it.
Nicely.
Nicely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not just going to not say it if I really need to know why.
Okay.
But to say that question, I'm just confused because I have to know our conversation on why I said that to you. I'm thinking you said something to me or you did something that hurt me.
Never.
And I try to jab at you.
Never.
And I stabbed you.
Never.
Just say I stabbed you.
I never would have provoked that. Never.
I stabbed you.
That's just you, man. That was your compassion piece, man. You just.
Well, I haven't said that in years.
You was numb.
I don't know why.
That's my question.
I've never said that before in years.
That's my question.
Well, I told you.
Okay.
I answered.
All right. You know.
So my question before we can let these people go, my question is this. I was gonna get really deep in like, why do you love me? But I don't even want to hear that mushy stuff. I want to get down to the dirt.
The dirt.
Being that you have this issue.
Whoa.
With.
Whoa. Whoa.
Being that you have this issue with anxiety, right?
Oh, okay.
With anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how bad it irks me that I know you can't help that you have anxiety. No one can. Because I've developed a little bit of anxiety being with you. Because your anxiety is so bad. But I feel like I've talked to you multiple times on the fact that I can't stand that you put the anxiety on us as a family. And when I say us, I mean your wife and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why won't you get help for your anxiety when you see that it's damaging your household?
I'm not saying I'm refusing to get help.
We gotta be real.
I'm being real. I'm not refusing to get help at like that point. Then, like, I wanted to get help, I suppose, but I just didn't get help. So when I went and spoke to my doctor about it, I said, "Hey man, this is going on, XYZ," and he was like, "Wow, Thomas, that's whoa. I think we wanna get you something. We're gonna go ahead and start you on something, man, and I'm gonna get you a referral." So he gave me the anxiety medicine. However, my anxiety was so intense, I wouldn't even take the meds because I was thinking that the meds would trigger this in my head or trigger that, and I'll never be the same if I take the medicine. So it's not as easy as it sounds that, okay, just take these because you'll be better, because my anxiety is I guess so intense that just even taking it feels like it's gonna trigger this and trigger that. But I'm cognizant on that I really need to do something, and now I'm to a point where I feel like I have to do something. But even 2 weeks ago when I was taking what is that stuff up there, the Theraflu, like I wouldn't even take the nighttime because I'm thinking that it's just gonna shut my body down, and I'm not gonna hear if someone try to come into the house because the antihistamine has just knocked me out. So I do have a deficiency that I need to address, and why I haven't done it, I just don't have a clear cut answer.
Just say selfish. Sometimes
it's not selfish.
Well, yeah, because with your family having all the issues and stuff, Sometimes you got to be the bigger person and be like, hey, I don't want to harm anyone. Let me go ahead and take this extra step and do what I got to do. Because instead of taking the medication, there's always other outlets that can help you with your anxiety. But I just wanted to ask that question. We're done.
Okay.
We're done.
I didn't see
I think that was good.
Okay. Yeah, that was good.
That was good. So, Gina, Al, Lay, Jay, we challenging y'all. Let's see to get to know the next two couples. I know it's going to be all fun and filled with exciting news that I can't wait to get the news and listen to. So, Thomas, what you got to say?
Man, nothing. I appreciate it. I can't wait to hear Lay say, what are we doing here? Because I know it's going to get to that point with her and Jay. And, I can't.
Al is going to give this scenario.
Right. Al is going to be, and Gina's going to say, okay, yeah, Al, I hear you. I don't agree. I don't agree. Yeah. So we know that's going to happen 100%. And, hey, we can't wait to hear it.
Good night, y'all.
All right.
Peace.
Good night.
Welcome to the Defy Life Podcast.
I thought there was another commercial.